Hello, I am Bez, and whoever you are, I hope you're well. Let me maybe turn this screen. There we go, that's better, a little bit more light. I've been trying to overcome my fear of painting. My fear of painting or making stuff that people have asked for, because fundamentally, I'm worried about letting them down, and that's the way it is. I think it's something I've struggled with for quite a while over my life. Sorry about that noise. Never know when there's going to be housework going on. That's Bangkok for you. Let me maybe turn it away from the um and now it just finishes. Anyway, the point is I was thinking about this idea and a few things came to my mind. Firstly, yeah, it's not going to be perfect. I keep saying that to myself, but I need to really internalize that. Like, firstly, outside of a mathematical construct, perfection is literally unattainable. You can't prove it. You can't have a perfect scientific proof. Things can be disproven later on, and it's only okay, this hypothesis becomes a theory and it's the best working theory we have. I mean, there were all sorts of beliefs that got later disproven. And you can't be perfect. Even you need to make compromises. Whatever you do, it's about time and energy. And sometimes it's just the luck of the day. Some days I will do a better job than other days. Sometimes I've just got so much energy, so much creativity bursting that I can write down loads of stuff. Now, I drew some stuff for a game. It's meant to be a flower. There will be plant pots. Don't know if you can. There we go. That's slightly better. That's meant to be me dancing and making a rain cloud. And if this was for someone in particular, like I look at these and I think I like them, I'm happy with that. But the truth is, if this was something I had drawn for a commission, then I would be really concerned because I'd be thinking, what if they don't like it? They have to like it. Like, this is the thing they're paying me for. And it's not like this, where I've made the game design. If any individual doesn't like it, then obviously that's a slight shame, but some people are going to not like whatever, and the game design is still something I'm very proud of. And yeah, I mean, it serves a function, and it's the function that I had in mind, and it's me, and it's not perfect, but it's human, and it's me. And then I think about, if someone commissioned me to draw something, and someone has, and that's meant to be cat KEB, and that's like going to be the plant pot that all of them starts off in, and then you'll put them over, and it's a game about taking turns bidding on stuff, aiming for majorities. Anyway, so I was talking about my neuroses, and if you're watching, like, I'm curious, do you suffer with this fear of doing the thing and then it's not good, and like maybe the person who asked you to do it is going to be a bit unhappy? Like, when it's earlier drafts, I feel better about it. For this commission, I'm not going to name names, but I asked this person, okay, let's separate it into 3 tiers. You've offered me this amount of money. Let's split that into 3. One day, I will draw some sketches, do some coloring. You'll give me feedback. Then another day, I will do at least 2 different renditions based on what you said. And then a third day, and I'll do the final things. And it's that third day that everything before, I mean, I guess this is kind of showing who did it. So, like, the first day, the idea is, like, there's an American state, DC, and like it kind of looks like that. And then the idea is it's a book club and it's for trans people, so the colors, and then it's like, hey, which of these would work well? And then I sent that, and that was appreciated. And then the second day, I tried out some typographies. It was like, okay, maybe this could work. Or here's some different typefaces. Let's see what looks good. And then it was this or this was what I came to. So I've got to, well, follow the instructions, but when it's the final thing, then suddenly there's the fear. Before any thing that was wrong, I could just redo in the next time. But now it's the final thing. And it's not like it's to someone who decides to pay for it or not pay for it after. It's not something that's done purely for my own pleasure. And painting for my own pleasure, painting for my own learning, that's something that I have to do more of. And it's the difference between when I focus on pleasure in the moment, which is sometimes super important, then I might just spend a day and say, I do whatever the heck I want. And then sometimes I lie on the bed, sometimes I go outside, sometimes I watch videos. It's all good. Hello, Xate. I hope that you're generally well. Have you been listening? It's about my kind of philosophy I'm coming to, because I've realized that, these Bangkok Blethers are a lot more philosophical than my board game Blethers ever were. But I was considering actually starting off some semi-regular things about board games. But, like, does what I'm saying make sense? It's about this whole notion of doing the wrong thing, of when I send an email to someone, I guess it's a form of anxiety. Like, I'm about to send an email and then I'm thinking, oh, maybe this is wrong. And then I have to remind myself that they are human. They will forgive me. Like if they're a decent person and I sound angrier than I mean to be, hopefully they'll give me the benefits of the doubt. Like if I do a drawing and it turns out to be not what the other person wants, and I'm aware that I will say it's a drawing and it's kind of ridiculous at this point. And yeah, it is kind of ridiculous. And drawings, you say, says Xate, yes. It's like if I drew a bunch of stuff and then someone bought it, I feel like, okay, that person saw it and then they liked it. But then if someone wants something, if there's a goal, it's if there's a goal, it's about, how can I put it? It's about, can I actually reach this goal? Can I actually do this thing? Can I actually do it properly? And, I think this is where I need to make more plans personally that don't involve other people. And kind of same, I can't remember, but I do remember. I'd be totally down for that. Or you can pick one of the drawings that I've already done. Like the way I'm talking about it and thinking about it, it is less stress. But I would like to get to a point where I'm not constantly worried about, am I doing this in the correct way? Do you know what I mean? But yes, I'm happy to treat you to a meal or I can go to Leipzig and do some favors. I'm being serious. Like my life has changed massively, I think, in the part, like since I came here, like the whole having to come to terms with visas, like have so much more empathy for immigrants to the UK, having to like the heat is fine. I mean, I try to not put on the air conditioning because I don't want to pay the electricity bill, but yeah, like my window's open, it's not that hot. What temperature is it? It's not, it's less than 30, it feels about 33. It's okay, I was bang on, it's 33 degrees, go me. Like it is hot. I would like it to be 40, 29 is like my upper limit of my ideal. And firstly, to the previous comment, thank you, and I love you lots. To this comment, I'm not technically renting anything, but it's an Airbnb with a month stay. So yeah, I've got a nice place, and it's not the cheapest place. I'm spending a little bit more than I would have to, maybe, but it's quiet. It's got a few shelves. I've laid my stuff out in a way that I actually like. I'm starting to get to know the people. And so, after staying here all of February and booking until March the 1st, I asked if I could just book the same room for March. And I'm probably going to stay here in April because I have so much uncertainty right now. I'm struggling with the writing system. I'm struggling with, the visa system. I'm struggling with getting my shop up and running from like afar. And it's blooming annoying that I feel I was kind of let down by 3 people. And yeah, it is less stress to have like a permanent home. And there is a reduction on Airbnb if you book it by the month. And I know that this place, it's not perfect by any means, but I've got a place that I can actually sit down and yeah, I've gotten to know the cleaners. That's a nice thing. Um, Sate says just the mental energy you save, knowing where the shops are, what routes are safe, and where you store your stuff. Yeah, I've got a really nice fridge. I've got like I don't have to worry about taking my meds over. Like if I was going to a new place, even if I had a fridge, I would have to kind of, just like the whole thing of moving every month was stressful. Like when I moved 3 times, when I came here and then I stayed with a friend, and then I stayed in a place in Saton, which is about 10 minutes walk away, and then I stayed a place here, which is also in Saton. It's like the same area, but the other place had better meal places. I mean, for my budget, this has a couple of meal places that are a bit more expensive, but they do seem good. But I'd rather the more convenient thing was also the lower choice. And oh, hello. I hope you're generally well. It's lovely to see you. I'm just talking about Bangkok. I mean, obviously, I'm still making board games. Oh, by the way, I played 2 new board games. I played Quicks, which I technically played, and the Quingo. Anyway, they were game rights, rolling right, so we're all right. Anyway, I hope that you are generally well, and so much love to you, but slightly more love to. I mean, does it sound terrible? Am I allowed to rank my friends? It's inevitable, isn't it? It's like that some friends will be dearer to you as you spend more time, as you get to know them better. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, only allowed to rank us if I win, says Xate. I need to drink. Did I tell you it's quite hot? Actually, like right now, it's fine. Sometime, because there's a bit of a breeze coming, sometimes like there's this film of sweat that just starts emanating here, and it's just horrible. And so back to the topic, what I'm saying is, yeah. Oh, that's such a big move, yeah. And if Chris comes up, we can't rank us. Mm-hmm. Oh, so good. So good. I mean, like, there's still great stuff. And by moving a tiny bit, so yeah, I came here, I moved 3 times in the space of 1.5 months. And it gets stressful. I mean, especially when you're trying to set up a new life, especially when there's. And so that leads into the whole question of, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the wrong thing? And to finally answer the question, I'm going to put up a banner. Answer. We are finally answering the question. No, I don't think you can overcome it, but I think you can lessen it. I think it's possible to unlearn it. And I think it's kind of like, sorry if this is, I'm going to draw a comparison to alcoholism. like it is an issue. It's like a disease. A disease of the mind, of depression, of anxiety, of being like, am I doing the right thing? And we can work out coping mechanisms. We can work out a multiple step program, although I find the religious stuff problematic in some ways, but some of my best friends are religious, and like I'm not going to say who because like it's up to them. If I'm your number one friend live streaming on Twitch right now. Thank you so much. Like yeah, it is like a disease. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be able to do that. I feel like alcoholism is a disease that I've never had. I personally suffer from some addictive personality traits. And this is just me, by the way. I'm just being blooming vulnerable right now. And please, I'm hoping no one uses this against me, obviously. But like I wouldn't consider autism a disease. I would consider it a difference. And between autistic and holistic people, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And let me get rid of that banner because I'm going on tangents now. Like between autistic and holistic people, yes, there's communication issues, but I think there's benefits to being autistic, whereas I don't think there's any benefits to an addictive personality or depression or anxiety, which is why I'm choosing to call it a disease of sorts. Yay. And like, I don't consider being autistic a disease in the same way. I don't consider my ADHD necessarily a disease in the same way. I mean, I really don't want to say that about being trans. And speaking of which, I think it's about 6.5 weeks. Oh, lots of love. Bye bye. And I'm going to have a quick turnaround because it's important to stretch your legs. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit closer and turn around. Anyway, the point is, anxiety, getting back to the answer, putting the banner up, this sort of thing is, I think it's a result of anxiety. And there's things that I can remind myself of to overcome it. I can remind myself that this feels ridiculous that I think, yeah. So my client, I'm going to just say that my client is being super lovely, but it's triggering some anxiety of, am I doing a good enough job for them? But then I have to remind myself, like, it will be human, it will be Bez. It might not be the best Bez thing ever, but it will be a Bez thing. And that's hopefully why they hired me. And that's the key thing. It doesn't have to be like the best thing ever. And some days I'm allowed to do a bad job. Some days it'll just happen. And worst case scenario, it'll be like, okay, could you do this again? And that's possible. And I need to keep reminding myself all of this. I need to keep reminding myself that I've proven my skill. I've got some skills, do you know what I mean? And I'm allowed to be slightly, it's not even about being allowed to, but it's good for me to be slightly egotistical. I need a bit of an ego, because if I don't have an ego, I would be paralyzed. It's only when I try to do something actively to build myself up. And when I plan, so there's lots of stuff that you can do to minimize the problem of not worrying that you're doing the right thing or not. But ultimately, I think whilst that instinct might disappear, it's going to be something that keeps on going on and on. But yeah, that's been my quick thoughts. This has been slightly longer than I tried to do for a Bezzy Bangkok Blether. And I was going to try and find my harmonica. Um, you know what? I'm going to just sing some vague vocalization while I draw. That feels like an appropriate end to this. Um, do. I can't handle those tones. No harmonic. Oh, yeah, sorry. Um, well, I would have used it if I found it, but yeah, I'm glad that me not finding it was actually good for you. Um, okay, so yes, the plan is I am going to go here, and so this is my pink bag for when I go outside. Um, oh, and in case you're wondering about the fashion, like in books, they do say if you are in Thailand, cover your shoulders. And when I counted a lot of Thai people, it's only in certain areas that they would have exposed. It's a bag. It's not clothes. Um, anyway, you're allowed to expose your shoulders. You're allowed to wear very short shorts, and actually, very short shorts is surprisingly normal here. But like most shirts, like I've seen some older women like with button-up shirts that didn't have like a neat stopping, but like normally there's at least a tiny bit that goes over the shoulder. And I see something blue. Oh, that's the towel. I mean, that's not even mine. Anyway, bag, paper. Da 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 da. Will I be famous? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. No, that's not how I pick my Airbnb. I don't pick it on the red I see. All else being equal, I would, because red amongst red is good. But normally there's a difference of price. So even though red would be nice, it's not the thing that I prioritize the most. The thing that I prioritize the most is probably the price. And whilst I sing, I don't think. But if you've got some questions, I will answer them. And I'm just drawing a little thing for my hashtag drawn together game. This one was sponsored. Oh, bloomin' neck. I need to. I'm still laughing at this. I mean, is it? I think you put yourself out there enough that I bloomin' love you. Like, you're just an absolute delight. And Board Game Arena is lucky to have you. I want to say that. Anyway, I'm doing a little commission. Drew, what's their name? Drew Upstart Board Gamer, it doesn't say. I wanted to find. Oh, you're very welcome. Anyway, I'm doing a hashtag drawn together thing. I'm trying to make the sheets better. I try to have it a roughly equivalent amount of space. I think the spaces should be of exactly equal importance and the size is less important to keep the same. But it would be nice for drawing and usability purposes if they were the same in this game. I'm going to look up a ship because I don't think this looks very much like a ship. And I guess I should also look up a lighthouse because I'm realizing that I do not know how to draw a lighthouse. Wow, that's sad. I'll do my best. I'll finish this drawing. That's just what I will do. I'm going to break up this ship because I think it has the advantage now. And I guess that I should. No, that's not the best thing. Draw another little lighthouse inside the lighthouse because then it'll be more likely to appear. And that is that good? I've no idea. That is how I made it a hashtag drawn together sheet. Hmm. Lowering the tone, that is great. But yes, you make me laugh. And that is all that I will say, and I guess that is enough. And should I look up a lighthouse? Should I not? See again, that's my fear of doing the wrong thing. But why not? Look up the lighthouse. I've just got to make a decision and be okay with it. And that's the thing. It's better to do something. Better to do something than nothing. Wow, these is my wait. I okay, question. Serious question. Do these graphics look messed up to you? Does that look messed up to you, or do you see normal computery stuff? Like, do you see normal photos? Because to me, it all looks pixely. The background is gray. It's like it's been, I don't know, like there's something wrong. It's 1980s art, so I guess you're seeing it as well. Like, so it's the computer rather than the monitor. Yeah, that makes sense. You have to hold it at a distance and blur your eyes. Um, yeah, this is messed up. So yeah, this is something is. huh. No, they just block it. You just can't get on the site, and I'm just realizing that I've admitted that I might have looked up a particular site. Anyway, I'm going to maybe turn off this computer, but I guess yeah, I'm going to finish the stream. But anyway, I'm going to say goodbye from me. It was lovely to speak to you. And if you have a bit of time, then maybe I could speak or stream again and we keep each other big company. But yeah, I think I need to turn off my computer because the other things are getting messed up. So bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye. Bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye. Bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. I mean, I did something. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.